This video shows a moment when gun-wielding citizens become victims of their own trigger. The government should try very hard to enforce the controlled usage of AK-47 and their likes and prevent the citizens who do not know how to use them from handling those things. It is already obvious that they are not using it for the good of the nation, rather for what particular purpose they have in mind. Since it is so, they should try very hard to arrest and prosecute any individual found bearing such weapons. People talk and complain every time, but still it does not stop anything. Citizens are killed, people are meant, houses are burnt, and communities razed. The government often pays deaf ear to it. But nature taking a toad, these people often become victims of what they mete out on others. That is, by the way, every human life is precious, including theirs. And that is even a greater reason why there should be prevented from having access to such. Let's raise same voice for good of Africa.
One bad thing about countries where ordinary civilians and people, especially the lesser educated, have free and uncontrolled access to guns and weapons is that they hardly prosper. It may seem like a short-term thing or something that is temporal, but it's always eating deep and deep and deep into the society. People might have something today for self-defense. Tomorrow, you have to fight insecurity. A nation that has not solved a problem of human disaster and the natural needs of life, which is protection of lives and the properties, has not even started. So, Nigeria or Africa or West Africa, they are not yet even in the process of development, let alone futurism. Other countries are already ahead of the present time, while many of us are even far behind time. The government seem to often ignore these people and how they handle weapons around, move them around at will. But at the end of the day, who pays the price? We, us, everyone. They carry them around freely and without control, shooting them as if they are just some sort of arrows or stones that they put there. But they are bullets, things that when it hits someone, the person dies and they are not waking up again. We are treating human lives with lesser concern every day. Even animals are now becoming more precious than us. Because if you judge by the number of wild animals that are being killed on daily basis by humans, apart from the ones they are doing to themselves, and then you compare it to the number of humans that are being killed on daily basis, you compare the two of them, you see that humans protect wild animals more than they're protecting humans. If we really want to solve the problem of insecurity in this country, especially Africa, we should watch how we give these people in white gowns access to weapons, because they themselves, all they breed and teach their children is how to grow up, kill for whatever sentimental beliefs they have in. So people who kill them around should always be ready to watch the movement of monkeys. And unless we are ready to solve that problem, we are going nowhere. A nation can prosper by 50 years, and a single act or action that they performed under three months or even 3 weeks can pull all these things down. So if we are ready to help ourselves out, then we should watch out for this. In every society or country, there are different individuals, people, tribes, ethnic groups, religious groups, mindset, business associations. When you go among them, all of them have different mindsets towards money, towards prosperity, towards education, the future, general enterprise, and every other thing. Now, if you mix the ideology of someone who believes in only acquiring the basic needs of life and conquering others by force or coercion or persuasion, and you compare him to somebody who is bent on becoming a billionaire by following the appropriate or legal means of livelihood, the other person is busy killing and squandering, while one of them was busy buying and building the nation and himself at the same time. Now, after spending lots of years to acquire those things and become a man, his sentimental counterpart will come from the middle of nowhere and smash them, destroy them, and they have to start afresh. Most times, lives are lost. Lives of precious individuals who should have contributed to the growth of the country. Engineers, technocrats, businessmen, educated professors, or people whom we cherish so much, to it can easily go by the bullet that way. I don't think that this is right, and there is not yet any stated time limit that this must stop. Africa is, if not presently, the richest continent in the world. It is the second after Asia by natural resources. But majority of us are migrating to other countries, which directly depend on Africa to enrich themselves agriculturally, mineral, human level, anything you mention. So these people are migrating. These are our labor forces, our manpower, people who have the intellect needed to develop Africa. They are living, and the West filters them and choose the best among them. They use them to develop their own nations while they keep the rest for us. When there was war in Afghanistan, the best they could do was to choose the best among them, engineers, technocrats, and people who they know are very educated, and send them to their nation. Then those who are helpless, the beggarly ones, and those who even pose as threats to the whole society, they sent them to Africa and any other country that promised to accept them. This is not how things should be, and we should watch this. These people that are always going around killing and destroying lives and properties every time. I don't believe that they should be permitted. They should be allowed to roam about, because the more they move, the more they destroy, and it is not how it should be.